You don't say the 3, 2, 1. Good morning. I'm Rick McBride.
And I'm Sarah Yaki.
And we are your property masters.
You did that too fast.
Oh, let's do it again.
No, you were just
And
doing
we
it as you
are-
were talking instead of like waiting for us both to do it together.
And we are
Your property masters. Then you weren't
is that
even
better,
on key.
princess?
You weren't even on key.
On key? You're going to tell me about on key?
You weren't. I talked first.
Why don't we try it? Let's go. Let's sing a little song.
Key wasn't the right word.
You want to sing a song? Let's sing a song.
Well, Lord knows you're going to ruin it for me.
Ruin what?
The fun of singing.
That's not true.
Yeah?
It's always
You
fun
can't
to
even
sing.
have fun and sing around you because you judge.
I do not judge.
Yes, you do.
I
Every
enjoy it.
time I sing, you judge.
No, I
Yes,
enjoy
every
it.
single time you make fun of me, everything else, I can't even
do
sing.
not. What are you
Driving in the
talking
truck,
about?
I can't even sing.
I've never seen anybody that can sing.
See,
as
there you
much
go.
off
As
key
horrible
she
as
does.
you.
It's not horrible. It's
Yeah.
just off key. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, so guess what? I got home last night, and opened the mail, and in the mail,
I didn't because I didn't have a mailbox, but now I do.
actually, that's not true. Somebody gave me this. My neighbor gave me this, and it's just you get them all the time. You get texts, you get everything. It's backwards. I know you can't read it, but you can basically tell what it is. You get texts, you get emails, you get calls all the time. People wanting to buy your house. I want to buy your house. I want to buy your house. Can I buy your house? Let me buy your house. How many texts you get? Like your daughter gets them, right?
Yeah, I haven't got them in a while now, though. They're saying it. I was getting them forever, but I haven't got one in a while.
Well, companies like Opendoor, what's the other one? The orange one? OfferPad. Thanks, Trish. OfferPad, Opendoor, OfferPad. On a smaller scale, individual people are always trying to offer you amount for your property. Now, the Opendoor, OfferPad, they have ginormous. Zillow does it. They have ginormous.
Maybe it was OfferPad.
They have ginormous budgets. I mean, they've raised billions and billions of dollars of capital just to buy properties, and then they have the marketing plans in place and the money to send out the marketing plans. So, are these companies in business to make
Don't
money?
be asking me questions.
Well, it's a pretty simple one.
Well, thanks.
Are they?
I guess I can do this one. Yes, they are. They're in business to make money.
Okay. Well, good. Well, good. So, when they make you an offer on your property, are they going to offer you full retail price for it?
No, because how would they make money?
So therein is the definition of the wholesale market, right? So when you buy anything wholesale, if you're buying a widget, you buy it wholesale, you sell it, you buy 1,000 wholesale widgets and you break them all up and you sell them individually and you mark it up and you sell it, and that's how you make your money. That's when you sell it retail, right? Well, in the real estate business, buying at wholesale means you buy before it's sold at retail. So basically, they're offering you wholesale. Now, here's a good example. I had just happened to talk to this guy and had done a quick CMA, just curious, how much is my property worth? He had done, and I had come up with $500,000. Now, read to me how much that
I thought this
Opendoor.
went to your neighbor.
Oh. Read how much Opendoor. Read how much Opendoor
Something else.
is willing to offer.
$352 to $431.
So how much would I have left on the table between
I don't know. You're comparing your neighbor's house to this guy's CMA.
to my CMA?
Oh.
I did it for him.
Oh.
He
Okay.
asked me real quick to do it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Like last week I did it. I think like Thursday I did it.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know why. I just happened to run across it. So anyway, the price I came up with.
Their estimate is $100,000.
I know. So my estimate was around $500,000. That was a little advantageous. I'll give you that.
No.
But $500,000. Their offer was between $352,000 and $431,000. So how much money would we have left on the table if we didn't sell it full retail? Between $150,000 and $70,000 you would have left on the table. Who would have put that money in their pocket?
Whoever was selling it.
No, who would have put that money in their pocket?
Well, in that case, Opendoor.
Yeah,
But
Opendoor would have basically taken your property. They'd have gone in and painted it. They'd have fixed some minor things, maybe spent $5,000 at most, and then they'd have listed it for $500,000 and put $150,000 of your money into their pocket. You know what's even worse about that?
what?
They're going to charge you 7% to do it. They charge you a 7% fee, right? At closing. So they're going to charge you.
Live. We have somebody there.
So we're going to charge you a fee to do it. Okay?
See that.
So, anyway, wholesalers, what do? They act as a middleman and a contract assigner. So, at this level, they're Opendoor and Nextdoor, well, not Nextdoor, Opendoor and what's the company again? OfferPad. They actually are full service wholesalers. So they buy it, they list it, they sell it. At the other end of the spectrum is who? Who else is a wholesaler?
Where? I don't know. What
It's
are you
like a
talking
regular
about?
person, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So those are individuals. So when individuals wholesale, what do they do?
Which is where I think a lot of the texts come from.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, but when wholesalers do it, what do they do?
What do they do? You want me to read that?
Yeah.
Wholesalers act as the middleman and contractor.
Number 2.
We already went over that. Wholesaler marks up the price in order to profit, guys.
Okay, but a wholesaler does it a little differently. A wholesaler takes your property, they get it under contract, and they assign it to someone else. So let's say
A
Haley.
wholesaler does it differently than who? These are all wholesalers. You mean an individual wholesaler?
No, what I'm saying is Opendoor when they wholesale it, they basically do the entire package. They come in, they fix it up, they list it, they sell it. An individual wholesaler comes in, gets your property at a discount, and then assigns
I understand
that
all that.
contract
I was
to
just
somebody else.
deciphering between are you not considering them a wholesaler? Because that was what I was asking.
They're a
about.
wholesaler and a retailer. So they wholesale it and then sell it at full retail. So they buy it wholesale from you. So as far as you're concerned, you're selling at wholesale. You're selling for much less. A wholesaler marks, but an individual wholesaler, the one that sends most of the texts,
Yeah.
what do? How do they do it?
I mean, they do just the same.
What do? They list it themselves and they have their own agent, they have their own brokerage and all that? Or what do? A wholesaler will typically add something on and then just assign it, right?
They do that.
Yeah, that's mostly what they do. So wholesalers basically have a network of investor buyers, and they get your property for 80% less than value. They add $5,000 to it. They call it an assignment fee and sell it to someone else. So again, you're leaving that 20% on the table when you sell to a wholesaler. So you put more money in your pocket, going the traditional amount. Wholesalers market below. So what's the difference between retail and wholesale from an agent's perspective? So what does an agent do that wholesalers can't do? Why are we retail? What makes us retail?
Okay, we have an MLS that'll reach everybody.
Okay, so we basically list the property, we put it in the MLS, we market it to everybody who's buying at the.
But what's the difference from that? Because Opendoor is doing the same.
Opendoor is giving you Opendoor is giving you $400,000. We'll call it.
We already went over the value part. We're now going over the MLS part.
Okay, so Opendoor.
We already know that they're not going to give the value. We know that difference. So they're not going to give you the value that you're going to get if you traditionally list it with the realtor brokerage. They're not going to get that value. We already know that.
Okay.
Okay, well, now we're going over how it's in the MLS and stuff. So how is that any different?
Because they're going to put it in the MLS for $500,000. They're going to give you $400,000,
Okay,
and they put $100,000 in their pocket.
Right, but we already knew that right
So
now.
they're not marketing the property for you at full retail. They're marketing it for themselves at full retail because they know the proper way to sell a property is at full retail. So they're taking advantage of your not having a knowledge. Back in 2000s, early 2000s, there's a bunch of people who went to jail for this. I don't know how they get away with it, because they actually had big wholesalers who were taking advantage. I guess they weren't disclosing or something, and they probably are covering all their disclosures. But there's people who went to jail for doing what these guys are doing on a national level. So what's full retail then? Full retail means you're putting in the MLS, you're marketing it to the entire of the market. So in Realtor.com requires that anytime we put an advertisement out for a property, that we immediately put it into the MLS within 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
Why do they do that?
So everyone has the same access.
Right, to make sure that everything that they do is to protect the customer, right?
Yeah, but you're still an answer. I feel like people would be confused by this, which is why I was like on it. But you're not. It's not clear to me, so I don't know how it's clear to them.
Okay, so what isn't clear?
They put it in the MLS as well.
Opendoor does, yes.
Yes.
And they put $500,000.
We already went over that, but you're saying like how we do that and how that's.
They don't put it in the MLS for you, the seller. They put it in the MLS for themselves.
Okay.
Okay. Agents, of course, we also we run a CMA. We know the local market. These guys aren't local. They don't know anything. Wholesalers aren't local. Actually, the main theme of here is that wholesalers don't care what they get. Closing date. You don't have to worry about showing it to a bunch of people. Well, if all of that is worth $100,000 to you, then by all means, sell your property to next door. Let them put the $100,000
Next door.
in.
Now you're.
I'm not next door. I keep saying next door. I'm sorry about that. I don't mean that. You're both orange. That's why I do that. I apologize if you're watching. Opendoor. If you sell it to Opendoor, and you want them to put the $100,000 in their pocket instead of yours, by all means, sell to them. But if you want to put that in your pocket, then you need to hire a professional agent who's going to market this property at full retail. Okay. Flip it over. So, according to the National Association of Realtors, average home sold by an agent last year bought $280,000. The average FSBO and wholesale property went for $200,000. So again, there's that 20%. It's always that 20%. They're always 25% below full retail is where they're going to buy it. And those are the people trying to take advantage of you. They're trying to take advantage of you because, selling a property isn't easy, right?
Right.
You gotta strut. You gotta take the dog. You gotta go for a walk. You gotta keep the place show ready. You gotta do all that stuff, right? But is that worth $100,000 to do? In our opinion, it is. It's much easier just to say, sell it on this date. The other thing is, if you're upsizing, what do you gotta do? You gotta coordinate what?
Your other closing.
Right. So there's some work there. Whereas this is really easy to do. But again, you're leaving if in this case, on this property, fact, you're leaving $100,000 on the table.
Okay, well, I think a little bit different than like this. And I think that a lot of people consider Opendoor when they're in situations where their home isn't like a $500,000 home. Their home needs this and it needs that. And so they think that they can't sell it right now because it needs, the flooring's not well, or, it's just not in the best condition. And I think that is one of the most information out there.
Misunderstood, yeah. I agree. So good example, I searched today. Guess how many houses for sale in DeBerry today?
I don't know. Are you giving me properties or are you giving me single family homes?
We'll go properties first.
39.
30 properties for sale in DeBerry. How many of them are single family homes?
21.
Oh, that's close. 23 single family homes for sale in the city of DeBerry. It's our best reference. It's our hometown, but that's like that all over the country. Okay, 23 properties for sale. Okay, so if you're a buyer, you take me on. I'm your buyer, right? And I'm looking to buy in the price range that's competitive. Your $200,000 price range that you're talking about, right? That's all I can afford. Nothing wrong with that. I'm a new buyer. It's all I can afford. If I'm looking at a property Does it have to be perfect for me in that price range?
No.
No? So am I willing to accept maybe the flooring isn't perfect?
You have to, because there's nothing available for sale.
So as a seller, I think, oh, nobody's going to buy this property because it's not in great shape, right?
Right.
Is that right?
No.
Okay. So will you still be able to sell my property even though it isn't perfect
Most likely.
for top dollar
Yes.
at full retail?
Yes.
So in that case, how much money would I be leaving on the table? At 20% of $200,000, that's $40,000 if I sell to Opendoor. So that $200,000 property, Opendoor is going to come in and say, okay, I'll give you $160 for it. So now you're leaving $40,000 on the table. And it makes 0 cents. None. Absolutely no sense whatsoever to sell to a wholesaler. None. So other people that sell to wholesalers will say, let's say you're in foreclosure. Would that be a good time to sell to a wholesaler?
It's never a good time to sell to a wholesaler if you want to get top value.
Right, exactly. Even if you're in foreclosure. Even if your foreclosure sale is tomorrow. And if your foreclosure sale is tomorrow, you better call us right now because we can get you out of it. Okay? If it's today, you're done. But if it's tomorrow or any time further, you call us, we can help. We can get you out of foreclosure. We can get you either modified or we can get you top dollar and put some money in your pocket. There's nothing worse than being in foreclosure, thinking that your house is upside down, and in reality, the market has gone up so high, no matter what the condition of your house, you could still put $40,000 in your pocket, and instead you walk away in foreclosure. That hurts your heart just to think about that someone could put $40,000 in their pocket and they're just walking away. You know, it wasn't like that 10 years ago, and that's what people are trained in foreclosures. But in reality, other than 10 years ago, all of my career, 31 years, when a house went into foreclosure, it almost always, the money went back to the bank 100%. And there was a little left over for the seller. And that's the way it is today. So there's money for you. So if you did that, you're gonna put a little bit. If you sell it at full retail, you're gonna put a lot of it. Okay. Some of the terms, and this hits home, and it really angers me, quite frankly, because again, back in 2000 during the other boom, people went to jail for doing this, and they're getting away with it at a national level, and I'm sure they have plenty of attorneys and all that stuff. But basically, there's if you Google it or Yelp it or you look at their reviews, people will say, and this is not, I'm not just slamming on any one particular company, this is all wholesalers, monopoly, scheme, scam, deceptive, and it is. Because they have to be. Because if they went in and said, they're going to make you sign one piece of paper that says, you could sell this property for more, most likely, is what they're going to do. They're going to sign that disclosure. And other than that, you're basically giving them the profit that you should be putting into your pocket. So selling your home's already long, complicated, and stressful. So at least you want a happy ending, right? We all like happy endings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go the safer route and sell full retail with an agent. Nobody gets you more than we do.
I think that if you get one of these in the mail or something similar and you're amazed by the price, that you should contact us, and I promise you that our price will be more than that.
That's true, yeah. Because, I mean, if you said, if my neighbor had said $431,000, I'll sell for that. It's kind of ironic that he got it right after I had done the CMA. He's like, look at this. But he said the very same thing. He said, I might have considered selling it. Just sell it today. Why not? I don't have to do anything for that amount. Well, why not? Because they're professionals. This is like going into the stock market and trying to trade. It's like going into the stock market and trying to trade against Wall Street and expecting to take their money. Ain't gonna work. Okay, that's not gonna work. They are doing this every day, all over the country. So they're going to put your money into their pocket. We would like to see your money in your pocket. Don't believe us? Google Dave Ramsey's video on selling at full retail and why he never lists a property at less than full retail with the best agent in town in that area when he's doing his investments. He would certainly be a candidate to do a FSBO, right? But he doesn't. He finds the best agent in the area. He pays them full retail price to list his property, and he gets full retail for that property. Again, our Master's Marketing Program will get you full retail. It'll put top dollar in your pocket. Nobody offers you what we can offer you. That's a fact. Nobody can offer you the level of service and the credentials that we have between us. We're not going to sit here and brag, but those are just facts. Okay, so if you're thinking about selling, if you receive an Opendoor and you say, like she said, you say, wow, I need to call Rick and Sarah because their team's going to come out here and they're going to get me more than this, and I'm already happy with that amount.
Mm-hmm.
So why not? Hey, if you're happy selling at the $431,000, why not put $500,000, right?
Right.
All right. So again, our number is 386-866-1007. Give us a call. One of our team will be happy to come out and do a professional CMA, not a computer hacks job. Again, 386-866-1007. We'll be happy to help you out. Give us a call, shoot us a text, whatever you want. We are easy to reach. We are happy to help. And anything else you got?
No.
All right. We will see you later.
Bye.